God and the beyond beyond is the eternity of all eternities. Because even eternity can be conceived as being eternal or being bound in time. So in that state, even eternity has no concept. It is not yet even created the eternity. In this higher state, God is neither nirguna, which means formless or attributeless, and it is neither saguna, which is of form and attribute. It is beyond the beginning. It is the most original state, which can only be said as the isness state. And you see, all these words can only be qualified to a lower state of God, where the formless and the form comes into existence, where consciousness and unconsciousness comes into existence. In the beyond beyond state, truly no word can describe it, but for some of you at a deeper level, it may invoke a certain deeper feeling, a deeper realization. So even infinity or infinitude is a certain manifestation of that unbounded absolute. When they say divine vacuum, just like creation begins in the womb, a tree grows from a seed. So eternity, infinity, and consciousness are born from that most pristine beyond beyond state. All of these highest of the highest states, including formlessness, infinity, eternity, are latent in that beyond beyond state of God. Thus, it is the most original state, beyond even Satchitananda existence, consciousness, bliss, beyond illusion, obviously, and beyond reality itself, beyond non-duality. In that state, God is also not even aware of itself, not even conscious of itself. None of this is ever spoken in any non-dual traditions, for they point only to the mid stages of God realization. So even prior to awareness of itself, consciousness of itself, God exists in this most pristine state, or the Adi state. So this is the deepest nature of Godness, the heart of the heart. And even in that state, it goes infinitely ever deeper, but no sage or human can ever access to it. The sages, the avatars, the most highest realized beings so far have gotten up to that stage, the seventh stage of enlightenment. It is important to note that, to give you now a larger perspective, from that state, it is where the lower states or divine emanations, and I use the word emanations, begin. And then God emanated itself into conscious and unconscious reality. God emanated itself into Satchitananda, and through the further emanations, it has manifested itself into the first personified formless form, which is called Sat Purush. There still is no creation whatsoever. No universe is ever born. So from the highest divine beyond beyond, God emanated itself down until it has manifested as a Sat Purush, which is eternal, infinite state of God, from which then were emanated the most primal qualities, such as love, bliss, divine knowledge. And only after that, the creation began. This creation is so much bigger, so much more complex than what is defined in Bible, main Hindu traditions, Buddhism. Buddhism has a better grasp of it, the Buddhist cosmology. Krishna cosmology has also a grasp of creation, but their cosmology is not reaching the states of emanation, these 6 divine states of emanation. The main known Krishna cosmology doesn't reach that, but it very well defines the first or highest state of creation where 700 quadrillion universes are created. Now I use the word creation. Before that, it is only emanation. There are no universes. And within those 700 quadrillion universes, there are 21 lower universes. It is called Brahmanda. And within those 21 universes, one is ours. And in ours, humanity, the third dimensional physicality is at nearly the bottom of that universe, of that one universe. So this is a high-level overview of what truly God is, not the God of one universe, not the God of this or that. In the Greek mythology, in the pagan tradition, or even in Hindu traditions, there is God of fire, God of all elements, God of air and water and so on. These are elemental gods, gods of various aspects of creation. All of these make up one universe. Then there are 21 lower universes, and then there are 700 quadrillion higher universes. That's where creation finishes. And then the 6 divine emanations are. And at the highest level is God in the beyond state. So this is more defined in the divine cosmology. You can read about it on our website. And there is a video already where I explain in more detail of those states in between. So God's own nature is beyond reality and illusion. It is beyond existence and non-existence. In Buddhist cosmology, I like how they have defined the highest state as neither perception nor non-perception. Neither consciousness nor unconsciousness. Neither eternity nor non-eternity. Again, non-duality, this big word that is used so often today, from God in the beyond state through the 6 divine states and all the quadrillions of universes, non-duality begins even further down within our universe in the cosmic region, beyond the polarities of energies. So this is where non-dual teachings begin, and there is so much more to go up in the non-dual teachings. Most of the non-dual teachings from this cosmic region of our universe reach the light of our universe, and some of the higher realized sages reach further up into the light of these quadrillions of universes. This is where, best case scenario, a good guru would realize that stage. Only Ramana has dived deeper into deeper nature of God realization. And before him, there was even a greater sage called Adi Shankara. We may say Adi Shankara is like a grand guru, grand master. To be very precise, he was Sadguru, Adi Shankara. So he was, we may say, a grand master of Advaita and non-duality. And then over centuries, Ramana was born and he popularized it for the Westerners to simplify it with a single question, who am I? And the present non-dual teachings that exist are mainly dealing with that lowest state of non-duality and reaching slightly up. One or two, better gurus, they reach even a little bit further up, but they don't go into those higher regions of divine emanations and beyond that. So God, nature, is truly not to be grasped by intellect, by the mind. It cannot be explained to the mind. It cannot be understood by the mind. It is also extremely difficult to realize what that truly is. Only by reaching your full consciousness and only then diving deeper and deeper and deeper beyond into higher states of advancement is that you may start to get a sense of what I'm speaking of. You may start getting a sense of these divine, pure emanations. I have many people coming to me and saying, oh, I have experienced that bliss and this way and that way and samadhi as well. But again, where is that bliss? At which degree? Where is that samadhi? It is so simplified for the Westerners, just like Maharishi Mahesh Yogi when he came to the West to bring transcendental meditation. Before even calling that, he came of a yogic lineage. But then he found that the Westerners are just way too complex. They're not getting it. So he said, all right, let me simplify this into what's called now transcendental meditation. It's very popular. Let me simplify this to a simple mantra. Let me just make it simple, stupid, we may say. Make it as simple as possible so that I give a little one mantra and instruction what to do with this. Start with this. And as people progress with it, then they assign another mantra and another, but they're all generic. They're not truly individual. They're not truly selected for your soul. So they're generic mantras. They're chosen by gender, by age, and later on it was published how they choose these mantras. They were kept secret at first, but later on it was found that it's also assigned by age, gender, and a few different factors. So from this very, very complex higher knowledge, when Maharishi Mahesh Yogi came to the West, to America, he said, let me simplify this because people will run away. Their heads are already complex. They're already lost in their minds, full of doubts and worries. And now giving them a too complex system is not going to work so well. So he simplified it. And it became a big success because it was simple and it was helping people in the simplest ways to still the mind, to still the thoughts, to be able to go a bit deeper. And then again, a little bit deeper with more supervision. So it was beautiful. It was very popular in 60s and Beatles jumped on board. And it became very, very well known in the age of that freedom of the 60s and 70s. It is still quite well known today. It's a very easy technique, but it will take you only as far. It's a simple mantra technique. Now, are truly things so simple in the universes in the creations and emanations? No, that's a bit more complex. So again, in the Western world, what became very popular nowadays is non-duality. It's like, oh, let me just disidentify. I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not this, I'm not that. And let me find this light of awareness. That must be me, myself. It's not personal anymore. It's transcendent of the lower identities. So the Western non-duality, we may say, it's already called Neo-Advaita or Western Advaita. It also became so simplified that, again, it helps people to come to this degree of realization, but no means it's the highest degree of realization. Although some teachers who have no idea what's above, they say that it is the highest. Well, if you have no idea what's above, then your highest is what you know. And if you're open to exploration that there might be something higher, something more, then you are in a more healthy state. You're in a more healthy position. You're more open. There is a saying that a true master, a true sage never stops learning. Well, learning is again a simple word, but never stops being open and exploring what is beyond. That is better describing. Never stop discovering what is yet deeper to be seen. Your horizons are that which you see. Even your unconscious senses are only that which you sense. Even the light of consciousness is only that which you can sense. And when you go beyond that light of consciousness to which you may arrive, then you may witness even further light that may exist. And this light may be brought down by a guru or a Sadguru, if you're very lucky to meet one, or even Adi Sadguru, which are extremely few in history. So God's own nature is truly beyond and beyond and beyond of what is known in the West, and only few traditions in the world have ever dipped their toes and tasted that highest nature of God, what that truly is. And to summarize, even though there are many stages, many universes, much creation, many stages of emanation, however, God is all. It's all of it. All of that is God. In each degree, in each infinite stage, and in each finite state, even in the smallest ant is God. It is of God. It can all exist because God is. If there was no God, there would be no ants. There would be no you, no nothing. When people say, is there God? Even that immature and stupid question is also God. Even your craziest thoughts are also of God. But they're so far away, they're so distilled, they're so filtered, so restricted and limited that in some beautiful way you may even ask that question, is there God at all? Which is the most amazing thing. And if we flip the coin, to be realized that, wow, this also exists as God. This truly burning question of a separate sense of seeker asking, is there God? The atheist You see how beautiful God truly is, that it has also created the atheists, those who don't believe there is God. What a beautiful experiment to have atheists. Now, that's of course part of the grand illusion of these planes of creation at the lowest regions. So, in essence, God is all, regardless of how many degrees there are, how many creations, universes, quadrillions of universes, divine emanations. It is still of one and the same. Nothing is ever separate. Even a sense of separateness is also just a sense, just like a sense of happiness. Feeling of happiness, feeling of separateness is just another quality, adopted quality, internalized quality, believed in quality.